obviously still going nuts. Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel. I see my stream is still going nuts. I wanted to try to... It seemed like things were settling down a little bit, but obviously that is not the case. I'm watching my dropped frames go completely nuts here on this stream. As part of a delivery product unboxing I got in Pavlov's house by DVG, so we're going to unbox that here on the channel, but the dropped frames are still going nuts here. I was going to try to do a small game later tonight, but the way these drop frames are going, I'm not going to be doing that as Dave's Tabletop Gaming first to stop by here. So we're going to go through this unboxing anyway, but it looks like it's going to be a circus. The stream quality is not very stable. YouTube's been giving a lot of problems lately. Anyway, let's flip on the light. I'm probably going to wait on the rest of these until after Christmas though. Plus, I'm also getting used to new glasses here. But let's start by taking a look at the box. Not one step back. Pavlov's house was a fortified apartment building used as a strong point by the Soviet 62nd Army during the pivotal Battle of Stalingrad in World War II. Soviet defenders held out for almost 2 months against a constant German assault. The building's name was drawn from Yakov Pavlov, a sergeant who led the initial storm group assault that resulted in the capture of the building from the Germans. The story of Pavlov's house was a key piece of Soviet propaganda and was used as a symbol of the incredible resistance of Soviet forces during the Battle of Stalingrad. In Pavlov's house, you take control of the valiant defenders of the strongpoint. You also control the key leaders throughout the Soviet 62nd Army that made the defense of Pavlov's house possible. Solitaire, well, we're not going to worry about the different modes. We've got solitaire, competitive, and cooperative. So competitive, you can have a player take control of the Germans. Anyway, let's crack this open and see what we've got in here. It looks like it's tactical, 1 to 3 players, individual soldiers for a game scale, 60 to 75 minutes, and moderate complexity. Anyway, we can get the shrink wrap off, and assuming you guys are able to see every other frame, we'll take a look and see what we've got in here. Let's crack this open and see what's in here. We've got the rule book, which I'll give our cursory thumb through at the end. We've got the board, which I will move this out of the way. I was hoping YouTube would get its stuff together. Clearly, that's not going to be the case, though. I'll back up a bit so we can get the entire board in shot. There we are. Yes, you can see a bit of glare from the light. DVG's boards are very glossy, so nothing I can do about that. I will have to flatten this down when I'm ready to put this game on the channel, but that won't be for a while. Anyway, we can get the board out of the way. We'll bring everything back in. We'll get our punch board out. I see loose dice in here, and that always drives me nuts. Backside of the first sheet of punch board. Second. Third, some familiar tokens here with the Valiant Defense series. And finally, sheet 5. A quick reference for cards that aren't going to survive sleeving. Actually, cards that are probably going to get sleeved, and an insert that won't survive the aforementioned sleeving. The quality inspection token on the game. And I think we can throw everything else. Let me make sure this is the bottom of the box. That is. We'll put everything else in the box. We'll give the rulebook our cursory thumb through, and then we're going to call it a stream. Because my stream quality is not stable in the slightest. A little bit longer rulebook than usual. Everything illustrated for setup. How it'll look. Setting everything up, the anatomy of the counters and the cards. Playing the game, the Soviet card phase. How the different cards work. Wehrmacht card phase. How the Wehrmacht cards work. Yeah, it's definitely a valiant defense series. If you've played any one of the games in the series, you'll recognize it in Nothing Flat. And once again, I will apologize again for the quality of the stream. I don't know what in the world's been going on lately. I haven't changed anything with my internet, so as far as I know, there's no problems on my end. Everything else seems to be behaving. I don't know why streaming to YouTube isn't cooperating. Of course, everything else is behaving, but the one thing I want to be behaving naturally isn't. Joy, joy. We'll keep thumbing through the rule book, though. And I think this probably will be the last stream until I get back the day after Christmas, because I will be traveling tomorrow. I will be traveling starting tomorrow, and except for a potential Christmas episode of Mystical Munchies, there will be no videos going up on the channel until I get back from my trip. Variants. It's choppy but manageable. Good to know. And there's really, like I said, there's nothing I can do, and there's nothing I can really do with the choppiness of it, because everything else is working fine. I don't know why this is being so difficult. And cards were. There we go. We should be good after that. Okay. Yep. So that next time we get together for a live stream on the channel.